My name is Mark Kurtzman, and what brought me to Henry County Business Builders is a desire to learn and grow. Any opportunities I have found over the years to improve myself, to become more of what I can be, I take advantage of those situations. And when I saw Business Builders, I felt like it would enhance what I'm doing. I'm an author now. It's my big dream to write more books. I'd love to do it full time, and I'm working towards that slowly. But there are things that are missing, and I've found that someone who has the skills to do one thing oftentimes doesn't have skills to do the other things that can make it complete. Like turn it into a business. It has to be more of a business, and I knew that I needed to ratchet things up to become more of what I was not. I needed help. And Kerry Barrett and Scott Underwood came along with this program, and it was like I looked at it and said, this is what I need to do. Here's the missing pieces. Yes, I have felt incredibly supported in Henry County. My fan base is here. I know people. They care about me. They buy my books to support me. I have heard so much from people here in town even, like, I couldn't put the book down. I love hearing that. And I can walk somewhere now and people have read my books. The first thing I would say is, you know what? Everybody has dreams, and everybody gets intimidated by their dreams. They're consumed with what could go wrong. But one of the things I've learned is you just move forward one step at a time. You never look at the distance between the front cover and the back cover of the book, because you'll get intimidated. You just keep plugging away, and eventually that distance fills in. One of the things that I would tell people if they're wanting to write, maybe do any kind of business, is when they're pursuing that dream, starting it out, to pick a time. And that's when you deal with it. But you don't just piecemeal it, because all that piecemeal time will disappear. And for example, with authors, somebody who wants to write, I say, pick a time. Make it sacred. That is the time you go somewhere, you sit down, and you start, because every dream starts with a beginning. What comes to mind to me is that pursuit of a dream. Entrepreneurs have a dream. They don't want to live in the status quo. They don't want to just do what comes to them. They want to go out and create and become and build.
My name is Emily Thornberg. I am the owner and lead photographer of Studio 1534, which offers wedding photography as well as photo booth rental. I'm not really sure, I guess. A few different things. Well, I guess when I shot my first wedding, I wasn't looking to go into wedding photography. It was just kind of a family friend. They called last minute, decided to get married. I'd never shot a wedding. I was still in college, had no idea what I was doing. Had like the worst camera ever, didn't know anything about flash. I think like half the photos were out of focus. It was horrible. But then I realized that I kind of liked it. And so, I just kind of did a few more weddings and realized that I really loved weddings, like literally everything about them. A lot of things. I think a lot of people probably say that when they first start out. You get a great idea and you just run for it, but then you don't think about things like taxes and retail sales tax. That bites you later. You don't think about like, how am I going to juggle all these jobs and keep track of all these contracts? Little things like that. Like my first year, I remember I printed out all my contracts and went and met with everyone in person and made them sign them in person, and I didn't accept electronic payment, and it takes so much time out of my day. And I just wish that I would have known how to streamline things. I think it is, yeah. really known about the resources available until this year. When I saw the post about the Business Builders Workshop, that's when I started to really learn more about how Henry County supports small businesses. Before that, I will say I kind of just felt like I was on my own a little bit, like juggling with all these other photographers. But since I reached out and have been getting that education and resources, I think that it makes me feel more confident to be a small business.
My name is Chelsea Mock. I'm 31 years old and live in Sulphur Springs, Indiana. I'm a stay-at-home mom.
And my name's Jonathan, or John Mock. I am originally from Bern, Indiana. I am currently a stay-at-home dad, but an entrepreneur, and went to Ball State University. About businesses, we have two businesses in mind. One of them is a little comical in nature. It was when my children were born, and I'll never forget. It was just December 24th or the 25th, but I remember going downstairs and grabbing a cup of coffee and remembering how putrid it was, very distinctly. And I remember that there is no reason that everybody should have to experience this. That being said, I came to a conclusion that there has to be a better way for the general consumer to be able to drink coffee. And one of the things that have been in development is a type of sweetener that makes all coffee taste better and doesn't really change the distinctness of it, but it just allows that bitterness to be acceptable to the human body. The other one is more of a passion, and it kind of goes along with my previous profession. I'm in the banking industry for about 7 to 8 years, excuse me. And I recognize that in the banking industry, people lacked general management of money. And I wasn't allowed to have that general time with the customer, allowing them to take the time to sit and really just provide that guidance, because I noticed that it was more product oriented. And my hope and my joy was to see that person accomplish their dreams. And it doesn't necessarily make a difference if you're not where you're at yet, but I want to get you to where you want to be. And to be able to take that and make that a business, I find can be extremely suitable, not just for myself or my family or my friends, but my community, and allow my community to grow. What I wish I knew before I was starting this business was more general direction. I tend to be an all or nothing kind of person, so I've been in a nothing point of view for quite some time. Had I had as much information as I've gotten from this Business Builders program and from friends and cohorts along the way, I probably would have started this business a lot longer ago as a part-time gig or as a side hustle, if you will, and maybe been able to just go and hit the ground running now. But I have been slowly starting to get this business amplified, and I feel that I'm just going to go all in at a moment's notice here in the near future.
For me, I think it would be to maybe have a mentor, be in contact with someone that's done it in the past, someone that's already been through these beginning steps, and just kind of hold your hand through them.
I'll start that. I came to Henry County because of her.
I'm from Henry County.
She's originally born and raised in Henry County, specifically Mount Summit, Indiana. I left Adams County through a mutual friend. We met, went to Ivy Tech in Muncie, and then she gave me the encouragement to continue on, and I was able to receive double major in criminal justice and sociology. That being said, as soon as I graduated, I actually worked with the Henry County Sheriff's Department as a jailer, so I was instantly rooted in the county, got to see firsthand our needs as a community, our needs as just growing as a whole. And I continued to have a bigger heart for this place because I saw the potential, I saw the vision, and I was captivated by the progressive growth that we have sitting in the Henry County Council meetings, being able to just talk to people that are of my age and see the hope, even though they may have left, they've came back.
We appreciate the Hoosier Gym hosting us tonight. My name is Corey Murphy with the Economic Development Corporation, And because Kerry Barrett is watching via Facebook Live, I guess, I should follow the script. We want to thank the Henry County Community Foundation for their financial support of this effort. And we want to thank you for coming tonight. So why is this important? Why is this important for a community? It's important from a community perspective because economic development and community development is a lot more than chasing smokestacks. And I like to chase smokestacks. But we've got to have a balanced approach. And the small business entrepreneur sector within the state of Indiana employs over 1 million people. If I would have done my homework better, I could tell you how many they employ in Henry County. But I failed in doing my homework. But I know if every small business in Henry County added 1 job, or every small business in Henry County retained 1 job, it would equal some of our largest employers. And that is extremely important for a community to celebrate, to gather around the entrepreneurs and support your efforts. So we applaud the participants, and I guess in a certain sense, contestants tonight. But I think we're all winners regardless of the outcome. And we have a commitment to continue this. Now, it may not look exactly like this, but this is not a one-off. This is building an environment in which people can succeed with their business dreams. And if we have a place where businesses of all sizes can succeed, then our community is going to prosper. So, entrepreneur. So when we eat, right, sometimes we look at the nutrition facts. Sometimes we don't look at the nutrition facts, right? But here are the nutrition facts for an entrepreneur. Hustle, 1,000%. Motivation, 100%. Persistence, discipline, passion, all 100%. Fear, 0%. Knowledge, 100%. As a community, we want to lift up those things. We want to thank business builder involvement, Scott Underwood, Jeannie Hamlin Fox from Ivy Tech, Lee Marcum from Jack's Donuts, Bryant Margison, Cindi and Christy Ragle. And I couldn't think of a better place to do this. So now, you're going to get to hear from Kerry Barrett.
Hi, business builders. I'm sorry I can't be there tonight, but 2020 continues to deliver surprises, and I'm quarantining. We've had such a great run with our workshop series, and I've enjoyed working with each and every one of you, and I know you're all going to do great things for Henry County. The business builders in Newcastle Main Street can't wait to support you in your business endeavors. Good luck tonight, guys.
It's too bad that she couldn't be here because she was such a driving force in making this happen. It made me really sad when she sent me the email saying that she had been picked off like a lot of other people that we have. If we look at a journey, the whole entrepreneur, whether you are Steve Jobs in Apple or whether you are a little company, it's a journey the whole way. And so if you look at our journey, we started back, February, March, pre-COVID, 25 people in the room, everybody excited. I can't believe we had this many people. And then we just went through what normal entrepreneurs go through. Stuff happens. And people sometimes persevere because it's the right thing for them. Sometimes they pull back because it's the right thing for them. But if we look at where we started, we started with an idea or your product. We did a business plan. We talked about your customers. We talked about your numbers. We talked about operations. And we talked about, lastly, the people that are going to make it happen. And so that may seem like the end of the journey today, but today is just, as you guys know, the beginning of the journey. And wherever this goes from here is up to you. And to Corey's point and to Carrie's point, there's just so many opportunities and so much opportunity for support here in the community that if you need it, if you want help, there are people out here to help you. I will say one caveat. If you come up here and it's a terrible dumpster fire, that's okay. Welcome to the entrepreneurship, right? Everyone that has their own business can talk about terrible dumpster fires that they've had before. If you need help, don't be nervous up here. It's a small group. People are generally friendly, although you can't see that because they're hiding behind masks. We're here together, so if you just realize this is not going well, just do the best you can. People are not judging you. We're here to help you, and even if judges ask you a hard question, that isn't because we're trying to get you. We're just trying to ask you the intelligent questions that we can maybe help you. So if it goes great, awesome. If it goes poorly, that's okay. Just part of the entrepreneurship, Corey said, is get up tomorrow and just keep doing it. I'm supposed to introduce Christy Ragle, who is the MC Master of Ceremonies. Christy is a small business owner here in the community. Whole Heart Communications is the LLC. Okay. And she does marketing, and I should know that because she does services for my organization. She does marketing and social media, and she can tell you about the rest of what she does.
My name is Christy Ragle, and I'm here because I'm a huge fan of small businesses. I just realized I touched this without sanitizing my hands. Sorry, Carrie. I'm also Kerry Barrett's most bossy friend, so I think that's how I got signed up to fill in for her tonight. So I just, Morgan, can you hand me my notes? I just realized I left those there. I was so excited about being over here to talk to you all, and because we're all here, like Scott said, to cheer you on. So I'm appointed as the timekeeper, but that's not because I don't want to just listen to you all night. I would love to, because I love hearing the dreams of small business owners. That's what we do every day, and trying to make those dreams come true. But there are other dream come true makers in the audience, and those are our three judges that I want to take a moment and introduce. Scott Underwood from the East Central Small Business Development Center. Kerry Murphy from the Economic Development Corporation from the California, and Cindi Fox, and she is the site director for Ivy Tech Community College. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Thornberg. I am the owner, the creative director, and the photographer of Studio 1534. Studio 1534 was founded in 2018. It's an LLC. We specialize in wedding photography, photo rental, and also branding photography. So here's where Studio 1534 wants to go. Working in a fast-paced, evolving environment, the goal is by 2025 to reach a revenue of $200,000. So you'll see in just a minute kind of a breakdown of the next 5 years and how it's going to get there. I'm asking for a total of $2,747. Here's how that will be allocated. Every one of those dollars will be indirectly put back into the business. So you can see here, really investing in business education, furthering that education, specifically targeted for photographers, SEO, and digital marketing development.
Can you give the numbers again about you said I invested X and I got X, whatever you got out of that? What was that? What were those numbers?
Oh, yeah. So the latest campaign that I did, I spent $150. This was just Facebook ads, and then I received $4,800 in bookings. So it was just 2 weddings.
What was the geography of that campaign?
It was targeted to the state of Indiana. So women ages 18 to 45, engaged 1 year or less.
I want to thank you for taking this time and listening to me. A lot of people have listened to me over the years. They've not all been thrilled to do so. But I have to tell you that this presentation has been difficult for me in a big way. Why has it been so hard? Because I've had to admit I don't have it all together. And that's not an easy thing to say. I've had to face my weaknesses, but it's been therapeutic for me because I've had to ask for help. I need help. And you know, Business Builders has changed me. Business Builders has changed me. We've covered a lot of ground. Get smart here. We've covered a lot of ground in our sessions, but the biggest piece that Business Builders has changed me is in the realizing that when you've got a problem, you've got to face it. Here's a quote. I want you to know my daughter made this for me. This is a quote from the great Winston Churchill.
Writing a book is an adventure. To begin with, it is a toy and an amusement. Then it becomes a mistress. Then it becomes a master. Then it becomes a tyrant. And the last phase is that just as you're about to be reconciled to your servitude, you kill the monster and fling him to the public. And there's my problem, the flinging. To ask, my request is for $1,500. And that is to hire marketing help, to learn how to do it.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Paul Atkins, and I'm with Atkins Electric. Atkins Electric started in 2004. 2008, we added Generac power systems to our offerings. Today, we offer Generac, cat outdoor power, and camping power equipment. So we're going to use the lessons we've learned from our generators, from our power distribution experience, from our power quality, and our equipment monitoring, and apply those to the clean energy field. We was awarded at 90% level getting those connected. We won a reward last year at the dealer conference because of that. So we're hitting our marks. They put them out there, and it reduces our cost on the generators. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. Well, before I get started, there's something I wanted to say. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get on NBC, so hello Sharks, my name is John Rock, and I'm asking for $2,000 and 0% equity in my company. So, general background of me, I'm a father of two. My beautiful wife's in the crowd this evening. I'm not a native of Henry County, but I believe wholeheartedly I have been transplanted here. I love this place, and I really believe that there's an opportunity for some major growth. I graduated at Ivy Tech, criminal justice associate's degree there, and I went to finalize that at Ball State University with a bachelor's in sociology and criminal justice. Worked for the Henry County Sheriff's Department for a small tenure of time. Got to meet some acquainted individuals there, but I got to also solve just an additional need that I think that I can add to the table. So, my business name, Freedom Financial Coaching LLC, is a limited liability company for a multitude of reasons. What is it? So, it is, in essence, a coaching company. One of the things I used to do, I worked for a financial institution for about 7 years, First Merchants Bank here in town. I was blessed with the opportunity to venture out and start this business. And what I saw, there is a direct need for one-on-one coaching with individuals. There was never enough time. Nothing wrong with what I was doing. I loved what I did. But I knew the need was there. And to add with COVID in the mix now, what can we all believe? Well, we can certainly see that there is a massive need for money, right? We keep the moment I say this word, you're going to get a little stimulus, right? You see what I'm saying? So that $1,200, why is that money even needed in the first place? Because no one has any money to spend. We're just living off of either you can save money, or you might have to borrow from your 401k, or you're in a desperate situation where you're just hoping that you can have a mortgage deferred and things like that. There is a need directly associated with financial coaching. So here's my aha moment. I used to do something, the term was phrased about workplace banking. I'd go into commercial establishments, so I'd reach out to individuals directly, I would talk with their staff. So what I learned from Henry County Business Builders, it's not just an idea nor a passion to allow you to start a business. That's a good start, but numbers are a huge thing. Structure is a huge thing. I'm not big on structure. I'm just going to admit, like when I'm going to go about something, I'm going to go until I hit a brick wall and I'll probably leave. But structure is very important, and I thank the Lord for my wife for that. And liability, yes, liability. I've learned that along the way too, which is why I'm an LLC. But I coach my own employees over and over again. And one of the biggest contributor to their unhappiness level was money, believe it or not. Now, should someone pay just to have happy employees? Absolutely not. But if you want to see the longevity, if you want to see that person actually have a career in your company, I think it's highly valuable. Because the frustration as a manager to lose somebody to a competitor or to lose something over a couple of bucks, it's just, it's unbearable anymore. I dealt with that over and over and over again. So I could sense that could be very valuable to them.
Hi guys. My name's Corey Coker. I'm with up with me and all my crazy questions I had during all the business meetings. And it was a lot of the things that they said during those meetings that really opened my eyes to what I thought that I knew how to do, and a lot of the stuff that I thought I knew how to do that's really good. So a little background on me. I graduated class of 2005 here out there in Newcastle. I then went to pursue a culinary arts degree at Sullivan University in Louisville, Kentucky. Graduated in 2007 with a degree from there. One of the things I think that I was put on this earth to do was make people happy. And there's so many different things, like a lot of the business men and women in this house tonight, movies, photography, all of that can make people happy. And with me, it just happened to be through tasting your stomach. So I was really into making food, I still am. And for a long time, I was involved with my family's farm. And we did a roadside produce business in town. And for a long time, we were there doing that. And we made different things like donuts. And I kind of came up with the kettle corn idea. It was just something that I ate as a kid and really, really enjoyed. And I thought I would do well there. I started doing that in 2009. And it really just kind of took off. And to this present day, that's kind of what I've been anchoring on, and more so now than ever. I've taken a step back from the family farm, and I'm just kind of like just cast the rules a little bit. But being through the business builders has kind of helped me figure out that I need to be my own wolf to kind of to survive and run with the other wolves. And that's really brought up the one thing that business builders has taught me so far, and is about comfort. And that's one of my advices. But through business builders, it's helped me to become more confident in myself and more confident in my product. I've been doing this kettle corn that I gave to you guys tonight for probably since 2009. I helped kind of perfect the craft, I guess you could say. And for about 10 years now, I just humbly, I guess, people will tell me, this is amazing. This is the best I've ever had. I'm not a kettle corn person, but I really do enjoy this. And for a very long time, I was just like, well, thanks, that makes me feel great. And it was business builders kind of helped me realize that maybe this is just more than people just, feeling humble. Maybe this is something that I can really build something off of. That I really want to be able to do something and just say it's my own and something that they can be proud of. Because I've always been with my family's farm, and that's great, it's wonderful. But it was always something that my grandfather and my father did. But we just come from that entrepreneur, blood of your family. You should go out and you make it yourself. And I've always really appreciated that, and that's how I'm always going to be, and that's what I plan on doing with this product.
This is my mom. She had a heart for the community. She had a clothes closet down in 18th Century, and she gave clothes away every Thursday. Makes me cry. She would say, right, heart. And what did you do with it between them and God? I carried that to my business. The company was called Sharing Ford, and I named my second business Sharing Ford Realty. I do a lot of things. I rent to those people that need a second chance. I do a lot of real estate stuff for people, whether they can afford it or not. I want to say thank you to business builders, because without that I would never even have had this thought. So I am pitching here for $1,000 to help with my advertising and recruiting.
Do you think our community needs new construction?
I think there's always room for new construction, but the problem with new construction is you get a lot of empty houses then. People are always moving on. So I'm a big fan of take what you got, let's fix it, or you buy a fixer-upper and let's fix it. There's tons of loans out there for people looking for, this here house, but, you can, with your money, you can make it a this here house.
Thank you.